Have a great day. In this video, we are going to see the meaning of the term decentralization from the subject Principles of Management. Yes, the term decentralization means systematic distribution of decision-making authority by top management to the lower level managers. In a decentralized organization, enough decision-making authority is vested with the lower level managers, and at the same time, top level managers retain part of authority for taking major decisions and performing important managerial functions such as policy formulation, coordination, controlling, and so on. And here we have one very good definition which is given by Henry Fayol, and she says that everything which goes to increase the importance of a subordinate's role is decentralization, whereas everything that goes to reduce, and it is termed as centralization. And now here we have the guidelines for effective decentralization. Firstly, they have given appropriate centralization. Decentralization, in order to be effective, there should be a centralized authority for overall planning and controlling. The central authority should ensure close coordination between various operating units. And that next, for effective decentralization, we should have to development of managers. Effective decentralization requires a large number of highly competent managers who are capable of working independently. In order to develop such executives, top management must delegate authority and allow the subordinates to learn through experience in making decisions. And that next we have open communication. Yes, effective decentralization requires sound and open communication between superior as well as subordinate. Subordinate should provide feedback on operating the result to the superior, whereas superior should provide advice and guidelines to the subordinates. And that next here we have coordination. Without coordination, nothing is possible. Effective decentralization requires effective coordination, which will bring the commitment between the officers, and other mechanisms may be used to ensure the coordination. And finally, to get a good decentralization, we must have adequate control. Effective decentralization requires appropriate control system that will distribute the resources, lay down standards of performance and executive control to ensure that various operating units are working in the desired decisions. So these are all the guidelines which is highly needed to make the decentralization effective. And now here we have some advantages and disadvantages of decentralization. Firstly, we'll see with the advantages. Relief to top level managers. Decentralization of authority provides relief to top managers as their workload is reduced. They can concentrate on major issues by delegating routine operational decisions to subordinates, so that it gives relief to the top managers. And quick decision making is possible in decentralization. Subordinates who are closest to the problem will be in a better position to make good decisions. And at next here we have development of professional managers. Yes. So decentralization allows for development of professional managers to handle actual responsibility. Handling actual responsibility is considered to be the basic way for acquiring the improving managerial skill. Then improves employee motivation. Decentralization enhances the level of motivation and commitment of employees for the organization, as the individuals at lower level are given authority to take decisions. Then it facilitates growth. Yes, decentralization provides greater autonomy for the low level managers. This allows them to function in a manner which is best suited in their department, and it promotes a sense of competition. Hence, the productivity level of organization can be increased, providing a better growth and development. And this decentralization will also bring effective control. Under decentralized setup, it is easy to establish standards for the measurement of actual performance of operations. Results can be compared with standard more quickly and prompt action can be taken. And this will be in a flexible manner. This decentralization will adopt the flexibility to change in environment. Decentralization structure is able to adapt the change in environment due to ability of the lower level managers to quick respond to the requirements of customer, supplier, competitors, and so on. And at next, we'll see some disadvantages to the term decentralization. Firstly, here we have costly. Yes, in decentralization, the operating cost of organization increases because there is a duplicate of management function in various departments. This will lead to the costly. And then difficulty in controlling. In decentralized organization, departments or units become autonomous and self-sustained. Hence, there is a difficulty in controlling the departments. The wide dispersal of decision-making authority under a decentralized setup creates the problem of coordination among the various departments. So we'll feel some difficulty in coordination, and then lack of uniformity. In decentralization, each department formulates their own policies and procedures. Hence, there is no uniformity in operation and may lead to inconsistency. And then lack of competent managers. Yes, and this is very important. Lack of competent managers. Decentralization cannot be effective when there are no sufficient competent managers. So it is very important that we must need a competent manager to bring the organization to next level, and not suitable for small organization. Yes. So decentralization requires broad product lines to create autonomy. Hence, it is not possible for small organization which operates with the narrow product lines. And finally, external factors. Not only internal, we have some external factors also. This decentralization is not possible when a company is subject to a large number of uncertainties due to external factors. Some external factors here we are saying is marketing conditions, government intervention, trade union, and so on. So this will bring some problems among decentralization. Yes, so these are all some of the advantages and disadvantages which we see under the heading decentralization. Yes, I hope that now you will get some better idea about the topic decentralization. Thank you all. Thank you for watching.